Ohio, hello, and good fucking day to you. Okay, let's jump straight into this cesspool of information. This is a overview thing of the two recent Grand Theft Auto Online updates. The first being the Executives and Other Criminals update, and the second being the Festive Surprise. Surprise. Anyway, so firstly, we'll talk about the Festive Surprise, which featured updates including some crazy Santa outfits, including regular Santa and kind of homeless Santa Claus. It also comes packing some interesting choices in pyjama. Quoting Rockstar, they call them snug pajamas. They seem to be more like badly textured, without polys, and kind of average. Moving on. There are a bunch of new masks, including a Mr. and Mrs. pair for the dyslexic Satan family. Probably the result of some kind of shipping error. I mean, who knows? You can now also find some sweet-ass Christmas trees at Legion Square. I don't know, I'm not going to lie, I don't know where that is. But it also says you can find some in your houses. And let me be the first to say that it's bang out of order, Rockstar, for you to not balance your game modes. But for you to then break into my house and set up a Christmas tree. I mean, I was looking forward to doing that. That's my thing, you know? I mean... Now, we're getting onto the big update now. This is the Executives and Other Criminals. Yeah, fake audience applause. Yeah, I know. It's cool as hell, which would make it pretty damn hot, given that hell's made of fire. Okay, so, we're going to start with the big missions, all the things you can do, the basic new kind of things that Rockstar have implemented to make free roam a little bit more fun, along with a new adversary mode. Then I'll talk about the housing arrangements for, you know, the immensely rich and people that have mods to get money, and people who beg mods for money. Irritating. And then we get to the good bit, which is the vehicles. More specifically, the cars. The cars. Oh man, the cars. So, now, in this update, our wonderful lazy gods, the Rockstar developers, praise be, have granted millionaires the ability to register themselves as a VIP. That's very important, pleb, if you're wondering. Allowing that player to create, name, and colour their own organisation, along with hiring up to 3 other actual online players in the session to walk around as their personal bodyguards. Yes, the bodyguards get paid. No, it's not a huge amount. What do you mean how? It starts out at about $5,000 every couple of minutes, and if your VIP dies, it goes down incrementally by like $250. So yeah, registered VIPs are granted certain special abilities. What? Shut up! I'm getting to it. Jesus. Okay, so registered VIPs can drop ammo and armor for themselves and their bodyguards, along with ghosting their organization, which is essentially the same as calling Lester and having him remove your blip from the map, but it applies it to the entire organization. Pretty cool if you want to do a sneak attack of some kind. Obviously, don't know why I said that. There is also the ability to remove the entire organization's wanted level. The VIP can also call in a specialist vehicle, the turreted limo. Yes, it sounds as shit. Yes, it's as cool as it sounds. Bullet-resistant, explosive-ish proof limousine with a minigun on top. Houses up to 5 people, I believe. Possibly 6. I don't know, you're never going to need that many people in there anyway. You'll be shooting everybody else. Anyway, each VIP has the power to start a map-wide free mode mission. Now, this includes everybody in the game. It also means that the VIP and his bodyguards have a certain objective or a series of objectives to complete, and everybody else in the session has the opportunity to try and stop them. Now, in that case, the person who stops the organization doing their objective earns some money, but if the VIP and his bodyguards do the objectives, they earn some money. The VIP does, however, get a cut of anything you do in the session if you're a bodyguard. So, for instance, you collect a bounty, he gets a sizable cut of that for doing nothing. Yeah. Anyway. Right, so the missions are asset recovery, executive deathmatch, most wanted, market manipulation, auto buyout, and piracy prevention. Now, each of them obviously has their own set of rules, objectives, blah, blah, blah. Asset recovery involves getting a series of, it's usually vehicles, protecting them and delivering them to a place. That is your objective. Everybody else in the server must destroy the vehicles or kill the organization to earn money. Most Wanted, quite simply, is where everybody in the organization has immediately been given a 5-star wanted level, and the last surviving member of the organization with the wanted level gets a lump sum of, cash and RP. Executive deathmatch is essentially just a deathmatch between executives and other organizations. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly confident you can have the option to bring other executives in other organizations into the deathmatch, but most of the time it will just be the 4 of you having a deathmatch, duking it out for some money, basically. Market manipulation is essentially where the VIP starts it off. Everybody in the organization is given a series of dots on the map. It's the little shops you can rob. I'm sure you've been there. Not really worth it, quite small time. But the more you rob, you build up an accumulative total of money. And the person in the organization with the highest accumulated total at the end of the timer wins a lump sum. Obviously. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Right now, I have absolutely no idea what auto buyout is. I'm going to investigate. Okay, so I should have done my research, but I have realised that I've actually played this one before. Essentially, the entire organisation is given a series of yellow dots on the map. They are supposed to steal and deliver as many vehicles as possible to them, and whoever builds up the highest cumulative value of each car they've stolen earns the pot. Now, each waypoint that you can deliver cars to will eventually fill up, and you'll have to take it to a different one. Like they're all over the map. There's a lot of them, and over time they empty as well. So there's that, which is nice. Now, finally, there is the piracy prevention one. The piracy prevention one is for people literally who have yachts and are in an organization. You go to your yacht, you start the mission. It advertises to the entire session that you're doing it, and other people are invited to attack your yacht. Now, there's a part of the boat, the yacht, on the top deck that you're supposed to try and capture as an enemy, and obviously the executives and bodyguards have to protect the yacht. There are quite a few ways, actually, to sneak in there while everybody else is having their own go and trying to attack by boat, but the most efficient way is by far by air, and killing everybody in the vicinity. Murder. Anyway, so finally, there's a whole other adversary mode to go out with the already existing and totally unbalanced ones from the previous updates. The new adversary mode is called Extraction, I believe. Hang on. Yes, it's called Extraction. Teams of bodyguards must search, locate, and safely extract an executive target from their downed jet before rival hit squads intercept and eliminate the target. Now, from the start, the target spawns in an area, and the area is a set place on the map depending on which adversary mode, which adversary mission you're doing. The jet spawns in a random place in the area, and the executive next to it. The executive have increased health and strength, sort of like the Hunt the Beast mode, and they will only appear on the map to everybody when they have been found by a bodyguard. So the ideal way to do it is to hide, wait for your bodyguards to randomly get close to you, and you can fire a flare off and draw their attention. You are given a series of vehicles as both a bodyguard and a hitman to use to your advantage, which can be insurgents, Kurumas, motorcycles, and one of the attack helicopters. I don't even know what I just said. Okay, houses. Wonderful, yes. Fucking expensive houses. Shit. Okay, so there are 10 mansions. Now, the Rockstar staff themselves calls them stilt houses, but people have been referring to them since even before the update as mansions. Like the one you can pull down in the single-player campaign. Now, wouldn't it be fantastic if there was a person in a house and you just thought, I'm gonna fucking tear that shit down. Everybody dies, except you. Anyway, Seriously cool. 10 stilt houses, each with its own, board planning room and 10-car garage, things like that. Just, your average place, but it's up in the hills of Vinewood instead of in the middle of the city where you're likely to get spawn raped. There are also 3 new customizable apartments in the Eclipse Towers building, the previous site of the most expensive place to live at $500,000. Yeah, no, that's quite small for right now, to be honest. Each customizable apartment comes with 8 starting themes, and certain personal touches can be made in the same kind of system used for the lowrider cars. Now, if you haven't made your own lowrider car right now, by this point in time, what is wrong with you? Seriously, it's fucking fantastic. I mean, mine's got a Santa horn, and I drive around being Christmassy. And I will continue to be Christmassy long into summer next year. Anyway. So finally, we have arrived at the vehicles portion of this lovely, kind of awkward sounding video. I'm waving my arms in the air. You can't see. This is a good thing. Yes. So we'll start by, we'll start big. We'll work our way down to the smaller ones, the cars, the better shit. We'll leave that till last. So we'll start with the yacht. Now, I know you might say the yacht, not technically a vehicle, but you can go into the captain's sort of room and tell it to go to a new place around the island of San Andreas. It does, however, teleport any player's vehicles, objects on it. So if you land a helicopter on it and you move your yacht, it takes the helicopter with you, so you can then get off the yacht afterwards. It works, but kind of annoying when you're attacking the boat and then they move it while you're about to land, because then you just gotta swim and then go find them again. Anyway, so there's the yacht, and they go from $6 million up to nearly $10 million. There's a whole range of customizable things you can do, again similarly with the other apartments and the lowriders mod. Now, with this, you can change railings, the exterior lights, the colour of the yacht, and the name of the fucking boat. It scrolls it on the back of it. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, also in this new update, there are a pair of new helicopters. Yes. I can't remember the name of them right now. Give me a second. The Super Velito and the Super Velito Carbon. Yep, they put some carbon paint stuff on there and make you pay more. Did it work? Of course it did. You want the carbon one, don't you? You filthy rich bastard. Now, personally, I don't like the bloody things. They're big, clunky, they're slow, kind of ugly. They look like a plane that had most of it chopped off, including the wings, and then, a rotor blade stuck on top. It's not my kind of thing. Also, half the time when you land, the fucking thing tips over on the back end, and your rotor hits the ground, and it just parks itself at a weird angle. However, when you are inside them, you can drink champagne, if you're not the pilot or the co-pilot. You can drink champagne, and you can browse the internet. The crazy thing is, even as you're falling from the air, having been shot down by a jet, you can swill your champagne in the back of the helicopter, and it will absolutely not spill anywhere. Remarkable work. Anyway, so, cars. This is it. This is the big one. Now, there are 3 new regular old cars and 6 other armoured variants of previous cars that were implemented a hell of a long time ago. Now, the first 3 regular ones are the Imponte Nightshade, which is $585,000. The Bravado it's $695,000. And the Declasse Mamba, which is $995,000. If I'm going to give you some advice, don't get the Nightshade. Just don't. It wheel spins for days. I'm not the sort of person to use that kind of expression, but this fucking car wheel spins for days. And if you're in a pickle, you're not going anywhere, you'll die. You will just die. R.I.P. Anyway, the armoured variants are the Enos Cognoscenti, the Galavanta Bala, and the Benefactor Shafter. Each one comes with both an armoured variant and an armoured long wheelbase variant. That's why I said there are 6, because the game for some reason counts long wheelbase and regular wheelbase as 2 different cars. It just means one's better at going high speed, but when you're driving them, it makes absolutely no difference, and they look exactly the same, they sound the same, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, obviously, except cost. One costs $250,000 more than the regular one. Now, I'm sure you're wondering about the armor plating of these new armored cars. Now, as it turns out, when you go to a mod shop in one of these armored cars, you can apply additional armor plating to it in the same way you would with any regular vehicle when you take it to a mod shop. So you have your 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100 extra % armor. It turns out this makes absolutely no difference to the actual armor plating of the car. Regardless of what additional armor you apply to it, the windows will always take 11 regular pistol shots, 2 revolver shots, 5 point-blank shotgun shells, 1 explosive, or 4 regular sniper rifle shots to break. Which is fair enough. I mean, you don't want to have certain people riding around in OP impenetrable fucking cars, really, do you? However, it does make a difference to the general health of the car, which in some way protects it additionally against explosions, in the same way that any other car would be protected. It just makes it more difficult to kill, as opposed to blow it up. As standard, one of the armoured cars can take 2 sticky bombs, stuck to the side of it, underneath it, in front of it, whatever, to explode. 2 whole sticky bombs. 1 explosion will, however, destroy all the windows on the car, or SUV, whatever. As I said before, the additional armor plating literally means it takes a lot more regular bullets, or if you're a terrible driver, a lot more crashing to actually damage the engine and the drive and all that kind of crap in the car and make it undrivable. Now, if you are interested, I do have the statistics from our extensive and expensive testing. It's 11 pistol shots breaks a window. 11 heavy pistol shots still just breaks the window. 2 of the new revolver shots break the window. 5 point-blank shotgun shots, and when I say point-blank, I mean like my gun was inside the fucking window, and it took 5. 4 regular sniper rifle shots. 11 regular assault rifle shots. 1 explosive, as I said, destroys all the windows, and 2 explosives destroys the car. Now, regardless of which car you actually go for, or which one you buy, you prefer, go for which one you prefer in looks, because as for armor plating and the drive, they're all pretty similar. I would not buy the Cognoscenti. I bought one today to do some testing with it. It's awful. It doesn't steer. It wheel spins much like the fucking Nightshade. It just don't go for the shafter or the baller or both. In case you need a backup. But yeah, that's you caught up. Yay! And if you're wondering why this is actually kind of a late update video, it's because we were waiting for the Christmas update. Yeah, that's the reason, I swear. Anyway. Thank you very much for...